My For You page has been filled with the onion wrapped Flying Dutchman burger from In-N-Out, and it looked so good I was craving it, so I had to make it at home, and even better. Now, I don't like a lettuce or tomato wrap burger, but I can definitely get behind the grilled onions. Don't get me wrong, it was really messy to make and to eat, but it was so worth it. We're gonna start by slicing some yellow onion. You could also use white, but I prefer the sweeter taste of yellow onion. Add them to a hot and greased grill. I also like to add a little pinch of salt and sugar, and once they're caramelized, we're gonna add cheese to half of the pieces. Now shape your patties, season with salt and pepper, and then hit them on the grill. I also like to mustard fry them, but this is completely optional. Then we'll just stack and layer up with our buns, which are the caramelized onions, and there you have your Flying Dutchman that's onion wrapped. Of course, you have to enjoy it with the special sauce and the pepperoncinis for the whole experience.
Let's do some cooking.
This is what they serve at the drive-thru, but this is what I'm going to teach you how to make at home. Welcome to episode 2 of my series called Fake Out, where I take inspiration from your favorite takeout spot, but make it way better. Today, we took on the challenge to recreate a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. First, we get the bacon in the oven, then we take care of our pancake batter. Give it a good whisk to make sure there's no lumps. When the bacon's half cooked, I brush it with maple syrup. When it's done, it should look like this. The prep for the eggs is easy. Crack them into a bowl, give them a whisk, and set them aside until we're ready to cook. For the pancakes, we get a pan on medium heat and we melt our butter. Using 2 cookie cutters, we add our batter and maple syrup. After you flip, remove any excess batter. You know you've done them right when they look like this. I was really happy with how these turned out. Okay, now for the eggs. In the same pan, add a little bit of butter, add your scrambled eggs, and allow them to cook 3/4 of the way on one side. Once the egg's almost cooked, flip it like so, and go ahead and divide it into your portions. Now, all that's left is to assemble the McGriddles. Okay guys, it looks like the Wendy's Baconator is actually leading the charge for episode 3, but let me know in the comments where you think I should go next. These are homemade Crunchwrap Supremes, and it could be the best thing I've made all month. Sorry, Taco Bell. We got this. Alright guys, for episode 3 of Fake Out, I'm going to teach you how to make the perfect crunch wrap at home. First, we go ahead and brown 1 pound of ground beef and hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I chop jalapenos and add that to it. Once the beef is halfway cooked, we add our seasoning and allow it to cook the rest of the way. Next, I fry my corn tortillas in a little bit of vegetable oil until golden brown. Then we chop our lettuce, tomatoes, and grate our cheese. I use cheddar and Monterey Jack. Now it's time to assemble our crunch wraps. The most important part is not to fill it too much, and then also when you fold it, you're going to want to sear it seam side down. That way everything gets locked in. Sear it on both sides until golden brown, and enjoy. Thanks guys.
Let me show you how to make batata harra French fries. These came out ridiculously good. To start, our cloves of heartburn go into a mortar and pestle, a pinch of salt to loosen everything up, and then for this recipe, I like to turn them into a paste. Usually batata harra is made with cute potatoes. I'm gonna show you how to make this recipe a little bit faster. In a saute pan, start with some good oil. Then to that, we're gonna throw in our hot pepper paste. If you don't have access to this, you could easily use tomato paste. Keep the heat on a medium low, and you wanna kind of press it into the oil. When the notes of pepper paste are starting to hit your nose, add in your garlic. Sprinkle in lots of crushed red pepper flakes. And if you use tomato paste, go heavy on these. Now to give this a little bit more body, we're going to squeeze in lots of lemon juice. And now it's time to kill the heat and add in fresh cilantro. It should come out to this nice beautiful paste. Listen to me, you can make your own fries. I promise you I'm not being lazy. But frozen French fries are simply going to hold better with the sauce. You could air fry, oven bake, or even fry these. Time to throw in the hot pepper mixture. Then you just want to get in there with your hands and give them a nice toss. And then just finish with lots of fresh cilantro. And as always, now bismillah. They resemble the regular batata harra, but their texture for me is way better.
Did you know that if you twist a potato on this part of the grater, spread the slices apart, brush with a bit of oil, and cook them in the air fryer, you get these amazing accordion potatoes?
This might be the craziest thing I've ever made. Marry me chicken stuffed inside a flaky, cheesy Hot Pocket. This is crazy. I mean, one bite of this Hot Pocket, I'm telling you, you're gonna be on one knee asking, where have you been all my life? So the recipe's pretty simple. You first wanna grill up some chicken, and in a skillet, you're gonna obviously marry all these flavors together. The key ingredients are sun-dried tomatoes, lemon, cream, and Parmesan cheese. Like always, you can find the full recipe in the caption below, and I'm telling you, this sauce is so good. Once all the ingredients are combined and looking rich and creamy, turn off the heat and let that cool for 30 minutes. I mean, growing up as a kid, I had Hot Pockets at my school cafeteria, but never like this. I mean, we're using flaky puff pastry topped with crushed pork rinds and Parmesan cheese. Now in my Weber searwood at 400 degrees for 30 minutes and enjoy.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit?
Cheers.
This homemade McChicken is crispy, juicy, and way better than McDonald's, so skip the drive-thru and I'll show you how to make it at home. You will need some ground chicken, add it to the bowl with some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, and some cornstarch. Now grab some of that seasoned ground chicken and form them into patties. They need to be a little bigger than your buns. Place them on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and allow them to chill in the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes while you make the wet and the dry batter. For the dry batter, you will just use plain flour, and then for the wet batter, you need some flour, seasonings, and water. Make sure the batter is pancake batter consistency, and once you're ready to fry your patties, dip them into the dry batter, the wet batter, and then place them into the hot oil. Fry the chicken patties until they're golden on the outside and completely cooked through on the inside. These are going to be so delicious. They're going to be crisp on the outside, juicy on the inside. Set them aside and then quickly make the mayonnaise spread. Right before assembling, don't forget to shred some lettuce and toast the buns. You guys are gonna love these McChickens. They're so delicious and easy to make. The full recipe's in the caption. Hope you give them a try and enjoy.
I just wanna rewind. I had
keep